Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is part 2 to my woodyard / trailer parking area video. Last video we cut down these trees. Let me show you and explain what we're doing in case you missed the last video. But if you did miss it, why don't you go check it out? You're gonna like it. Hired a tree service guy. This guy did not know what he was doing, but nobody died, so I guess that's okay. Let me show you what we did. So we cut down this big double tree here. We cut down that tree. There was a tree right behind that tote. We cut that down, and we cut down this one. You might ask, why did we cut down trees? Why did you cut down good trees? Well, they weren't good trees. They were bur oak, so it's gonna make good firewood. But the bases are all rotten. This one is really bad over here. Extremely rotten. And ultimately, they're in the way of what I wanna do. I am gonna miss the shade, but what I'm planning on doing is taking a driveway right along here, graveling all this, and making this kind of my small wood yard / I can park trailers in here. So that will work good when it's done, and you will see all of the gravel and dirt work in the next video I'm gonna do. But today, we're gonna cut these stumps off, and I've got a stump grinder, and we're gonna use it. I've never used a stump grinder. I rented one from the fine folks at McAllister Rentals. And I'm pretty excited to try it. I used it last night on a small stump and kind of learned how to use it. That way, when I did this video, I didn't look like a complete idiot. But I'm sure I'm still gonna look like a rookie, but that's okay. It rained last night, unfortunately, so it's gonna be a little soggy this morning, but I've got things I wanna do tomorrow, so I wanna get this done today and keep moving on the job tomorrow. All right guys, I've got the Husqvarna 592. I threw the 32-inch bar on it. I'm not sure exactly how sharp the chain is. It seems okay, but I'm not going to spend time to sharpen it because at some point in one of these stumps, I've got a feeling I'm going to hit some metal and smoke the chain. So I'm not going to mess with it until it is bad. Got the stump grinder there, Toro STX26. But now we're going to get the stump cut low. I took the wrap handle off of the 592. That way I can get a little bit lower with it. Got a wedge and a hammer. Let's do that right now. Alright guys, so this stump is pretty wide across. In some spots the 32-inch bar was like completely buried, and I had to cut this half from the other side. So pretty big stump. I know that thing's gonna struggle a little bit probably, but we'll use what we got. So let's get to it. Alright guys, I've pretty much finished up this stump. Feel free to roast me in the comments and tell me how crappy of a job I did. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm going to touch up a few of the high spots, but I don't need to grind it super low because this whole area is going to get built up with gravel. It's not going to be grass, so I think what I did is sufficient. I'll just touch up a few of the high spots, but using this thing, if you grind small trees with it, it's good. It seemed like that took a while and kind of struggles. I used my little Ryobi leaf blower, it's a backpack blower, to clean it off. Yeah, if I was gonna do this full time, I would definitely have like the biggest steel, because that thing doesn't push these chips very good. It takes a minute, but you use what you got, you know. But I'm learning about stump grinding, you know. So I'm gonna finish that up, and then we'll cut another tree and get back after it. I'm glad I didn't sharpen my chain, because this stump is full of shit and I hit stuff, so glad I didn't do it. I'm gonna grab the tractor now and take it out of there. Alright guys, got that taken off there. I'm not gonna lie, stump grinding is not a preferred job of mine. I don't really care for it. Sometimes I just wish you would have just paid somebody to do it, because it's kind of boring. I don't really like it. It's just so monotonous. I'd much rather run the chainsaw and cut wood than just back and forth on the stump grinder. But it needs done, so I'll put you on time lapse to get this one done. And judging by how long this is taking, I am not looking forward to doing the big one over there. So get to it. Alright guys, that stump is all done. I don't know how long it took. It felt like it took a long time. But now we're going to tackle this one over here. This one is by far the biggest one I've got. It is pretty rotten in the center. It's probably the most rotten. So maybe it'll go good. I'm not looking forward to it though. So I'm going to reckon I'm probably going to cut them in half. I'll probably cut one, then cut it down the middle. Something like that. We'll see. Well, I got all the way through it. Saw a little stuck. I might rip it out. Might just take the tractor and pull it out. But it is unbelievable how good this 592 runs 32-inch bar, full comp chain. It doesn't really care. You can pry on it just like you can with a 25-inch bar. Real good stuff. So I'm gonna get the tractor now, get this off there. That one was very heavy, girl, and you can see how rotted this thing is, just crawling with ants. Heck, that whole side's hollow. Hopefully it grinds good. I really hope it grinds good, because that is a big one. Here's where it came off. I think to move it out to the pile and get it up on there, I'm going to cut it down the center. There's so many nails and crap in it that probably going to destroy a chain, so I might just push it out there and get it up there the best I can. Here we go. Alright guys, I've got about half of this stump done here. The thing ran out of gas, so we'll talk about that at the end. Doesn't hold very much gas, but it uses a lot of it. So the first half of the stump, this whole piece, it was pretty tough. It was pretty slow going to where I needed to take a break halfway through because I was pretty bored and tired of standing there. The rest of the half is going really good, so I'm going to keep grinding on it, put you on time lapse, and we'll be done with the job. We will be done. Alright guys, I got the stump done. Like I said, the second half went a lot better than the first half. Is pretty rotten. Ground it down pretty good, shouldn't have any issues. So I've used this stump grinder now for 3 hours, and I would say you know, if you're just grinding small stuff like pine, 12-inch stuff, not very big stuff, it'll chew. It'll work really good on rotten stuff. But if you are in some real hard stuff, it takes a good minute. I think this stump, I feel like it took like, I don't know, probably an hour and a half to do by itself. This stump grinder really reminds me of like if you had a 70cc chainsaw and you put a 36-inch bar on it. Will it work? Yeah, it will in softwoods, or if you don't bury the bar. But it just seems like this, it just, the head on this is too aggressive to eat up hardwood. But it worked good. I was surprised that I ran out of gas. The gas tank only works for about 3 hours. So obviously this is designed for homeowner use or rental fleet, like somebody that's not going to use it all day. But I can imagine if I was grinding stumps all day, well, I probably wouldn't have this unit, but if I was grinding stumps all day, that would be kind of annoying to have to keep refilling it. But it worked good. It took me longer than if I would have just paid somebody to do the job with a big stump grinder, but it was cheaper, so we'll do what we can do. But anyways guys, this turned out really good. You're definitely going to want to see the next step of this project. I'm going to go ahead and now get all this stuff out to the pile, get all this raked up, kind of prepped, so that way I can look at it and decide how and where I'm going to put the gravel and whatnot. So I think that will work pretty good. If you stayed till now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.